Hi everyone, good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Divine, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, thank you very much, Tameta Orishemoyowa, and Petra. Thank you very much. So, I was trying to find out how many people are on the call now, but I'll get those details later from Leifa. So we are going to start immediately because we are 5 minutes already behind. So thank you very much for joining our second volunteer series development. And for today, we are going to be talking about leadership and social impact. And our speaker for today is Sir Ade, and is going to take us through that journey. So please do remember to drop your name on the chat. Thank you very much. I can see some people already doing that. Thank you so much. Just give me a sec. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah. So last week we talked about communication. Okay. We talked about communication and I've forgotten what else. But I recall the speaker telling us how to behave, how to get the maximum benefits from the conference, how to prepare beforehand, and many other things that we are going to use to even help ourselves during the day of the conference, and how to be better volunteers, to be ready, to be well suited for the roles that we are going to take on that day. So today we are going to talk about leadership because most of us are going to take up leadership roles even as volunteers. We are going to be the head of usher or welfare, media, and so many other things. And even though you are not going to be the head directly, you are still going to play some sort of leadership role. Like we said last week, that people during the conference, people who are just attending might walk up to you to ask you questions that probably you do not have answers to, but then you have to step up and to represent BIG in a way that is quite remarkable. So today we are going to talk about leadership and social impact. And really too, I just want to listen and learn. So Mr. Ade, are you still with us? Okay, so whilst we wait for Mr. Ade, I think he's having network issues. The people on the call, okay, I can see people dropping their names. Just few people. So there are so many people that are not yet on this call. So can anybody just tell me something they learned from last week's series? Okay, just drop it in the comments. Okay, I think Saturday is now back. Saturday, welcome very much. We are so grateful to have you here to train us on what it means to be leaders and what exactly social impact means. So, are you prepared for us now? Because the stage is ready. Hello, sir. Okay. I think his network is really, really unstable right now. Okay. Sade, can you hear me now?
Hi guys, good evening. Please confirm you can hear me. Divine, can you hear me? Hello everyone. Can you guys hear me? Please let me see your comments in the chat. If you can hear me clearly. Alright, good evening. So it seems speaker is having issues. Okay, okay. It seems the speaker is having network issues. I don't know. We really need to do something about this whole network condition in Nigeria. But I'll confirm if he's back. Okay. So hello Mr. Ade. Are you ready for us now?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys. I'm so sorry. We are together.
All right.
Yeah,
Welcome. Today's
yeah.
session is on leadership and impact. First of all, I will introduce Mr. Ade. I think even Divine is having network issues, but I know the major reason we're bringing it to YouTube is so we can have it recorded. Because um, for now, Google Meet usually is preferable, but well, we can record there for now. So welcome on board. So Mr. Ade was a student of FUPRI. He graduated as a chemical engineer. He's working with one of the top companies in Nigeria. Yeah, you should go and argue with someone else, not me. Well, of course, he's working with one of the top oil and gas companies in Nigeria, Dangote Refinery. He's a big man, let me just say. So he's what else? What else? Yeah, he was a top leader in FUPRI. He led businesses and he led teams. So he's experienced in terms of leadership and impact. And one of his major reasons for joining Stosu, because he's also part of the Stosu team, one of the major reasons for his major reasons for joining Stoso has been the fact that he wants to lead and create change for young people. Also, he wants to make an impact. So that was one reason he joined Stoso. So we'll be hearing from him today as he tells us what he knows about leadership and social impact. So this is basically, we need this session because as volunteers, as people, I saw your amazing the designs we put out there. The I am a BIG frontliner. Yeah, but what do you really know about social impact? What do you really know about being a leader? Because everybody here now is a leader. As long as you are part of this group, as long as you are part of the volunteers team, as long as you are part of the initiative to make it work, you are a leader. So Mr. Ade will be sharing with us briefly on that. So welcome, sir. And yeah, we look forward to an amazing session with you. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, Eugene. I was wondering why is there no emoji on the on this video? I was trying to look for one emojis like that. When you were saying this one,
Emojis.
businesses, blah
Oh,
blah blah.
sorry.
Yeah. So you see why we need to start. You need to continue using Google Meet to ask us. Okay, they laugh. All right, now. So good evening, guys. Thank you very much, Jen. Divine, thank you. I don't know if she's still on the call. Okay. So last week Ella took us. Wait, can can we make it kind of interactive? Can anybody talk? Can there might be on blah blah? Is that possible? Or it's just a talk and maybe at the end of the day questions and all? Can you hear me, Jen?
Yes, yes, can hear you clearly.
Yeah, so can we make it interactive or I will have to talk first? Can the mics of everybody be on? Is it possible? No.
Okay, so since we are, if you want to make it interactive, it means we will not be able to record and we'll have to move it to
Yeah.
videos. Do you
Okay,
prefer
then
videos?
I'll have to be looking at the comment section. No issue. I'll look at the comment section first.
Yeah.
No issue.
All right.
All right. So,
All right.
yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Adi, and I'm to take leadership and social impact for us. So, first of all, it is a good one for us to be part of the volunteer for the next big conference. And last week, Ella talked about networking, establishing meaningful relationships. So, um, I would have loved for us to like to ask, what do we understand by leadership? What can you say leadership on a layman and blah blah blah. But or we can just drop our comments on the comment section. What do you think leadership is to you? You know, as I'm talking, I'll be saying them and we just keep it that way. So yeah, we can be dropping our comments. What we think leadership is. According to you, what do you think? If I give you a leadership role today, what are you going to do? Something like that. That should be our answer. So we can drop our comments. And that's that. So if I talk now, few people will want to use my my definition. So I don't think I'll have to wait for that. So leadership to me is service. And you might be expecting me to say leadership is this and many motivations and all this stuff, but I cannot talk about leadership without talking about service, really, because everything that I have been doing in the little opportunities and privilege I've had to lead, I have been serving. So I would just say leadership is service. And before we go fully into the things I have to say for tonight, I would just like to just go to the foundation of where I understand leadership from, and that is what has been driving me. So I believe that even business, me starting business, I got from the foundation through the scriptures on when Jesus said about my father's business, and I saw how Jesus took that business, and from let's say 12,000, he made millions and billions. So the 12,000 I meant was the 12 disciples. So you see how Jesus used the minimum to get a lot, got millions. And that was the business that he ran when he was on earth within the period of time that I was there. So if I will talk about leadership, I will also have to go back to the scriptures and say, okay, what is truly leadership? So leadership, according to scriptures that I don't understand, is that it's a leadership to me. I think is to lead and push. You're still putting lead. That's true, man. I think a leader is someone who listens and serves. Okay. Okay. Let me just continue. So Matthew 20 and verse 25. Quickly. Please, how much time do I have, Jane? So I can know how to, it's divided. Can anybody hear me? How much time do I have? So, okay. Matthew 20 and verse 25 said, but Jesus called them unto himself and said, ye know that the princes of Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they are great, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. but it shall not be so among you. So Jesus was correcting a mentality, he was correcting a movement that if this is what the world used to do, this should not happen in your midst. So that was what, because he was observing that this is what is going on, this is what the leaders of the world, this is what other people are doing. But when it comes to we, there is a certain way we have to behave, there's a certain way we have to do. And that certain way now, he now broke it down and he said that this should not be among you. And he said, but whosoever would be great among you, you can say whosoever will be a leader among you, let him be your minister, let him be your servant. Whoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Matthew 20:27. So Jesus here explaining and saying that if you want to be a leader, you need to be ready to serve. If you are not ready to serve, you should not even think about leadership. And like I said, everything about everything I've done through the little opportunity I've had in leadership is I've just been looking for one way or the other to serve, blah blah, and like that. So yes, so I would just say 7 pillars that I have prepared for, that you can say leadership is. So leadership by this, leadership by that. So I just have 7 among many others. So the first one I would say is leadership by service, which I already said. That's the first one. Leadership by service. You don't wait for someone to tell you to serve as a leader. You always look for opportunity to serve as a leader. And you saw that even leading to serve is also leading to solve problem as well. Leading to serve is also leading to solve problem. You are seeing a gap that needs to be filled. You feel it, you fix it, you own it. It is yours. You get. There are times that I call Mr. Laik or someone. I just call them and just ask, okay, what do we need to do? What do I need to do? Is there anything? Blah blah. That is a leadership mentality. You are always looking for ways that you can um, you want to just contribute to the system. You want to serve. You want to solve a problem. And all. So number 2 is leadership by love, and I love this one so much because um, most people feel that as a leader or having a leadership mentality, you have to be you have to be strict. Yeah, strict, or is he, which English will I use? You have to be firm, yes. But at the same time, you have to do those things in love. Because um, the only way to you cannot fake impact. The only way to make impact is to love the people around you, really. Because I remember a time when I was a president in my fellowship. There was this schedule I have. Normally, we have these general meetings. That's everybody. I think the third Friday or blah 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 in a month, something like that. But I have a schedule that every executive I get to meet them on a personal note. So today I can say I'm going to have meeting with Junior and Laye. Tomorrow I'm going to have meeting with, and the purpose of that meeting is just to get to know them, get to know what they are going through, get to know how I can help. Aside fellowship matters, and that is something that other leaders might not see important. They just might just do the normal general meeting. The purpose of the meeting is that carrying of the fellowship forward. But really, if the people are not okay, the fellowship cannot move forward. If the people are not okay, the business cannot move forward. If the people are not okay, the activity you are trying to carry out cannot move forward. So, leadership by love is a very crucial thing that we have to do, because if you are not doing it in love, you burn out, you get tired. It is love that drives you. It is love that makes you, expect expect them to. It is love that makes you of zero or take your mind off profit or reward. You just want them to be okay so they can do their job better. So if you really want to lead, if you want to have the proper mindset of leadership, you would have to really love them. You have to really love them from your heart. You have to love people. You have to really love people. So another one is leadership by sacrifice. And sacrifice, the normal meaning is you are doing something that is not convenient. Maybe you are supposed to be sleeping now, and you forfeit that sleep just because you want to do something for someone or do something for a cause. And that's sacrifice. And every leader has different experiences of how they have sacrificed something for something just to achieve a particular goal. So I would say leadership by sacrifice is the first thing. It must cost you something really if you need to lead. And I know that even these volunteering stuff that you want to do for this big conference, some of you might not maybe not be chanced, but you just chose to be available. Maybe some there might be different things whatsoever, but you just chose to. That's a sign of leadership because you are trying to sacrifice something so you can get something really. So leadership by sacrifice is what I would say is the third one. Number four, I would say leadership by knowledge. So a leader without knowledge is just playing because there's no growth without knowledge. And really, like I just made an example about the executive I was talking about. I was getting to know them on a personal level, getting to know them, how they are doing. This is knowledge on two sides, knowledge on reading books and growing, and knowledge on knowing the people that you want to serve, the people that you're working with, your teammates, and all those stuff. So, knowledge about also um, asking what problem is here. You don't need anyone to tell you that, oh, this is a problem, but you are trying to get what problem is happening, what's the issue, just solve problem, so leadership by knowledge, you really want to know what is going on with the people you are working with. You want to know what is the problem, what the issue, so you can like bring a solution. Always asking um what the community needs, what is status goal in the next 5 years, stuff like that, questions like that. So another side of the knowledge is leadership by knowledge, by getting relevant books. Like I would say, by the grace of God, and where I am today, and also by studying books, because I don't think I would be anywhere in this life without books. I think books, starting to read books, starts to help me understand life properly and how to live. And leadership is a journey, and you need knowledge to actually continue going on that journey. So the fifth one, I would say leadership by relevance. So knowledge without relevance is noise, really. Because if you just gather the knowledge, you know that, oh, you asked a question of, oh, what's the problem? You did what I did by getting to know everybody and blah, blah, blah. But you don't do anything with what you know. It's just noise, it's just waste. So relevance is putting what you know and trying to make an impact with it, trying to do something with it. So now you're reading, you are gaining knowledge, you are gaining different knowledge about different stuffs. So now that you have asked, okay, what is status supposed to solve in the next 5 years? What are you now going to do? Not just asking this question, not just gathering knowledge, but doing something. That is the leadership by relevance, and that is where social impact comes into play because as a leader, one of the things you are thinking is how you can make impact in the lives of both people and the community or the company or the business where you work, or the company where you work. So I think that leadership by relevance is that you are solving real life problems with the knowledge that you have. There was this joke around. Wait, let me check the comment section. Sorry. Um, Leadership to me, I think is okay. Okay. Um, is there any issue with the network or with the voice? Can everybody hear me? Okay. Okay. All right. So let me just continue. Let me continue. So another one is sorry, I was about to say something about Lai. I don't know if you guys know this comedian Lai. There was something he said about stay relevant regardless the situation, never give up, blah blah blah, and all. And I saw it that day online. It looked funny and it had this rhyme and everything, but really I had to like deep down think about what he said. And he said that in English language, there's what you call mobility of adverbia. And mobility of adverbia refers to the capacity of an adverb, I guess, yeah, to function from different positions. So he used an example. He said the boy kicked the ball fearfully. Then he said you can carry the fearfully and put it in front and say fearfully the boy kicked the ball. And you can also put the fearfully in the middle. The boy fearfully kicked the ball. So he said everywhere that adverb was, it was still making sense. And that is how a leader is. No matter the place you are, if you are in ushering, you are in this, you are in that, no matter the place, you are remaining relevant. You are still making sure that the purpose of being a leader is to make impact, is to bring relevance and results. So, second to the last one, which is the sixth one, is leadership by accountability. And I would say accountability to me is that's one of my core values of my business. I don't do without having to be accountable to someone because we are all accountable to God. So as a leader, you have to be accountable to God and to the people that you are working with. So when a man is accountable, he is on his feet. You are always on your feet. You want to. That is why Dangote can announce and say there is Vision 2030. He wants to keep himself accountable. He's not just saying there's Vision 2030 in a secret place. He's saying it out so he can be accountable to it. So I feel a leader has to be accountable. And accountable can mean that I just said, the example I just said, and also following through your relevance as well, owning your results and not just your effort. So I feel accountability is also saying a word and you're following through it, no matter what. So this will take me to the last one, and um, we can chit chat during this meeting. Okay. So the last one is, which is very important to me, is leadership by humility, and that is the one that would actually dwell more on um leadership by humility. So first, you are not the hero when it comes to um, volunteering. You are just part of a team, and you have to see yourself as you are part of a team. Humility means you listen more than you talk. You serve more than you want to be served. Humility means that you are not seeing yourself as a hero, like I said. You are just part of a team, and that is why um, no matter what I have or anything, Jane is still my boss. Like he's still my boss. Humility is service, is the true mentality of a leader. Because a leader who is always thinking that he wants to own everything, 100% of 1 million naira is smaller than 5% of 50 billion naira. You can do the calculation. So instead of owning 5% of a 50 billion naira, you just want to own 100% of 1 million naira. You will never grow. So the mindset of humility is that you want to work as a team, as a leader. You want to work with people. You believe in people. You believe in doing something. That's why the Bible said all things works together. If he's going to work, he has to be in togetherness. He has to be in a team. So every leader always have this mentality of together, doing things together in a team. So and for you to have that mentality, the teamwork, the team member doing things together, you have to be humble. No matter what you know, no matter the experiences, and everything. You just have to continue staying humble. You need to continue to stay humble. And that was what Jesus did. That was what I did. That's what Jane is doing. And if you are going to also have a mentality for this big conference and beyond, being a leader, and if you are going to make impact, you really have to take on this humility, really, because that's what is really missing. People can gain knowledge, and sometimes the knowledge can make you even proud and make you full of yourself. People can serve and they'll be like, oh, I've been serving this, I've been serving that, and all. But humility is going to help you balance everything. That no matter what you have done, no matter the service that you have served, no matter the accountability, no matter the relevance that you have, quote and unquote, made, you are still humble so you can make more. You are still humble so you can become more. Do you get me? Like the example I use right now about trying to own 100% instead of bringing. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. So yes, that is humility. I think I'm done. So what I would just say last is that nobody really cares about you just attended big conference and you're part of the volunteers. Yes, that is good, but the major thing is they want to know what you did in terms of service, in terms of how you led, in terms of what problem you solved really. So it might just be an assignment or something you should think of okay, before, during, and after big conference, what are the things that I need to, solve, I need to do. So you will not just end this meeting or end this whole section without taking out something. So I feel that we should start thinking on ways that we want to serve and make impact during, before, and after. So you have a plan, a during plan, a before plan, and an after plan of what I need to do as a volunteer, is he as an usher, as a this, as a that, in the media team and design team, and also for now, I don't know if it's okay for me to drop the mic. If there are questions, we can ask and we can chit chat. I really love to chit chat, just talking and talking. It's not really my style. All right, now. Thank you, Jane and everybody, for your time. Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to see the comments in the chat. Okay, was Divine trying to speak? Divine, if you're trying to speak, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I was
All
speaking.
right.
Yeah. So I was asking if we have any questions. We can drop them on the comments. Okay. David is saying thank you very much, sir, for this insights. And I can see that most people were dropping the things that they learned while you were talking. Okay. David said accountability makes you to be disciplined to achieve a particular goal. I think this was when Sade talked about Dangote um coming public to say he has a 2030 vision and then making it public to be more accountable so he would be able to hold himself to actually fulfill that particular thing that he had stated. So okay, questions. Um okay, nobody has asked any questions so far. But I'm sure we all got a full understanding of everything that he has said, and we got more insights to what it truly means to be a leadership and how it applies to us as volunteers for this BIG conference. Did we get that? Okay, thank you very much, David. Where are the rest people? I keep seeing only David, David. Where are the rest people? I'm hoping they didn't just come to drop their name and then exit the meeting. Okay, Jane, do you have any other thing to add to what Sayade had been speaking about?
Oh, yes, done a lot of justice to the topic. Thank you so much, Mr. Ade. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. In fact, I feel like we should start the conference from now because we've already started receiving a lot of value. So thank you so much, Mr. Ade. Thank you for giving us your time despite your very, very busy schedule. You know, I told you guys I works with Dangote, like with Dangote's personal person. Please come them don't go and meet him later. I'm just joking. But yeah, despite his busy schedule, he still created time to invest in us. That's one of the traits of a good leader. And he's also very, very much interested in making an impact. So that's why he invested his time in this session. So, Mr. Ade, you have a question. I don't know if are you still here before I give the final announcement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, so you have a question. Can someone lead without a title? Yeah,
Yes,
that's the
yes,
question.
you can. Yeah, you can lead without the title. Leadership is not even about title. And most true leaders are not even concerned about title, really. Like Jane here now, there are many times we call her CEO, this thing. She's really not bothered about those stuff. She's just bothered every day about, oh, how many people are in our community, how are they doing, blah blah blah. Hope they are doing well. Blah. So like a leader is just concerned about growth, about the people around. And like I said, leadership by law, so it's not by title. I didn't mention title in anything. It's not really important. So you can lead without a title. If you are not having any title, you can just do what you need to do. See a need, you do it. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much. So yes, you guys heard very clearly you can live without a title and we're all in this together. Another reason why we are setting up this volunteer development series is so that you're not just coming to be an usher, you're not just coming to be part of the protocol team. We, as much as you are investing in the conference, investing your time, we also want to invest in your minds because transformation starts from the mind. So like this for you guys, the conference has started. We're investing in your mind. We're trying to see that you are fit not just as a volunteer, but also as a leader in general. So everybody here, while we are having this leadership session for everybody, not just oh, we selected people that will be leaders. No, the leadership and social impact session is for everybody because we see everyone here as a leader, the 100 plus people we have on the team, we see all of you as leaders. So there's no title, there's nothing. So most times we just have titles just so we can put structure in place so that okay, we are reporting to one person so that it will not be scattered. But everybody is a leader. When you start seeing yourself as a leader, you begin to act more responsibly and you begin to take ownership for things like when Mr. Ade shared about like reaching out, knowing how other people are doing, taking initiative, and just ensuring that everything, just ensuring that you cover up all gaps. So, for example, you're at the conference, you see something going on wrong. Something going wrong with another team, maybe the ushers they need help. You won't say, "Oh, it's not my department, nothing concern me." If they like, they should fuck up at the end of the day. So you have to just put yourself in such a such a situation whereby you can solve any problem, you can fill up any gap. That's the meaning of a true leader. You are here to serve, you are here to contribute, and you are here to also improve yourself. So thank you so much for joining this session today. A very important announcement is that registration has started. Registration for the BIG conference has started. I remember what we said the first time during our first onboarding was that we're all coming together to publicize the conference. So we are frontliners, not just for the tag or for the title. So we are doing this without title. So the title is just a fancy thing. So you are the BIG frontliner, not just for this, but you are the one to push it out there. We are the ones to put it out there to publicize. So I see that like we've shared the link on the group. I don't think many people have reposted. So remember, for this first 3 to 4 weeks, we are doing volunteer development series and publicity. We need everybody's efforts in publicity. So take the link, repost to your school groups, reach out if you want to reach, if you want to get to bigger communities, if you have access to bigger communities, share it. Remember that we are not just doing this for ourselves. Our target is 2,000 people. Imagine the transformation that can come upon the minds of 2,000 people. Imagine what it would lead to. So you're a frontliner not just for the title, but to also bring more persons on board to benefit from this mind transformation. Do you guys get me? Please, if you can hear me clearly, let me see your comments. Like, we will be wrapping up in the next 5 minutes, but I want to be sure that you guys can hear me. So take the link. Once we share the link to the group, repost, share on your status, um, share to your school groups. If you want, if you have ideas for publicity, reach out also. I'm not seeing any comments on the chat. Are we here? Can you guys hear me? Hope I'm not be talking to myself. Oh, I've been seeing other comments. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. All right, well done. I'm just seeing the comments. Okay, so please let's take the link now. We share the link again today. We share it again tomorrow. Please let's and also everybody here, the volunteers group. You guys, aside being volunteers, you have to also register. You have to register for the conference. That's how we can plan for you. So on the link, everybody is expected to register. Please, it's very important you all register for the conference so that we can know. That's what happened last year. Some volunteers did not register, so we could not really plan for them completely. So Divine, please share the link and details for registration from the other group. Please share it to the volunteers group. You guys should repost. Let's repost. Um let's register. So we have a target of 2,000 people. I'm saying this because we are all doing this together. I'm telling you guys this because we don't currently have up to 100 registration, and this is the first week. Yeah, I know it's the first week. It's just 2 days. It's just been 3 days we started registration. We need to push this thing, oh, like this is on us. This week we need to get to at least 100 registrations so we can do it together. Currently we've not gotten up to 100 registrations, so imagine how we want to get to 2,000 and we just have barely 8 weeks. You see, even up to 8 weeks or 7 weeks to the conference. So while I'm working on partnerships and all other things that should be worked on, please, we need to put our hands together for publicity before we get like shared into our various teams. Various teams are the ushering and all of that. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you once again, Mr. Day. Thank you, Divine, for leading the team. Thank you, Laye, and to everyone that has been engaging. Thank you so much. Is there any other thing we want to share? Please, if you're not following the BIG conference page on Instagram, that's wrong. Please follow the conference page. We'll share the link again. If you have some content ideas, you can reach out to Divine. Um, we need we need more hands for publicity, and also if you are great at doing designs, graphic designs, you can also reach out. Like really good. We need more um, catchy designs to help push our publicity. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a lovely night. Good night. I think I can end the stream now. Right. Bye, everybody.